coaching this generation's real estate superstars. Harris Real Estate University.
Austin Allison, dotloop.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Go on.
Wow. That's going to be really tough to follow. My plan today was just to share a little bit about what I know and my experience. I think I bring a different perspective than most of the people in this room may bring. Prior to starting dotloop, I was in the real estate business. I was a part-time real estate agent. I was also going to school. I had another full-time job. And one of the most difficult things for me to do was to find time in my day. And I've been listening to what everybody's saying throughout this. I've been kind of following the trends, and what I'm hearing from everybody is that there's not enough time. Nobody has enough resources, so we've scaled down our teams. We don't have assistants. We don't have distinguishing factors. How are people that are 1, 2 years into the business doing the same amount of business that I may be doing if I've been in the business for 20 years? And these were the challenges that I was faced with when I was in the real estate industry, and I did everything that I could to automate my life. So I said, all right, there's never going to be enough time in the day, so let me figure out how I can automate my business so that I can make more time for myself. And by most standards, I'd probably be considered a lazy real estate agent. I literally got my clients, I plugged them into the automatic prospecting system, I communicated with them via email, via text messaging, very rarely ever even called, unless they had called me. And I was very transparent, very automated. And when it came down to conducting business, when it came down to actually writing contracts, signing up listings, I found that my life wasn't automated enough. So I was running all over town. I was chasing around buyers and sellers for $150,000 deals. I was chasing them around to get documents signed. And that's when I sat back and I had the aha moment, and I said, there has to be a better way. And that better way, I think, is what we've come up with. But basically what I did is I sat back and I said, there's a problem here. And for every problem, there's an opportunity. So I'd like to go back to what we heard a little bit earlier, and that's the comment about the recession. I think the quote was, don't let a good recession go to waste, or something along those lines. And I tend to agree. So I provided you with my quick background just so that you understand kind of where I've came from and why I'm here today and why I started this company called dotloop. To give you the quick background on dotloop, just so you understand, you're not just hearing about this random name, dot and loop. And if you have any other questions about the name, I'd be glad to explain that later. Basically what dotloop is it is a solution for the real estate agent that facilitates a completely paperless transaction. So as a real estate agent, now you can conduct business via the web. No faxing, no emailing, no scanning, no physical signatures if you don't want them. And that was my solution to the problem that I was having. So I've been listening to what everybody's saying, and I look at what it takes to be successful based on what everybody here has told me, because you know a lot more about being successful in the real estate business than I do. But I've boiled it down to 3 points. And that first point is, it's about who you know, so the relationships. So Greg has 30-some years of relationships in the business, and 2 years from now, he could potentially acquire 25% of the San Diego market. That's a pretty big deal. So it's about who you know. It's also about what you know. So we had a lot of talk about the short sales and the different intricacies of that aspect of the business that, quite honestly, I know nothing about. But everyone in here knows about it because that's your business. And the third component is how you do it. So who you know, what you know, and how you do it. We all spend a lot of time focusing on what we know and who we know, prospecting, maintaining our relationships, but I don't think we spend enough time focusing on how we do it. So my plan today was to tell you about, talk a little bit about electronic signatures, talk a little bit about the paperless transaction, address any questions that you may have, and then shed light on my experience about this how aspect of the business. If you look at what we've all got, everybody in front of us, or in front of each one of us in this room, we all have either an iPad and in a couple of cases, a laptop. Most of us have smartphones, it looks like. The reason that we have all of these devices is because we felt like it was going to make our lives easier.
For free daily coaching, go to timandjulieharris.com. Harris Real Estate University.